Behold the mighty Telecaster. I've got a demonstration I'd like to proceed with. I've got this road-worn Tele plugged into a champ. This is a hand-wired, custom-built champ that my friend Max cracked and Tony Nichols put together for me. Tony did the cabinet, Max did the chassis. So I've got the output of the champ going into a Rockman Power Soak. This is an attenuator, so it's gonna absorb the power and knock it down so it's not so loud. So I can crank the amp and get some distortion, and we're gonna abuse that terribly. Just for something to do, I ran the output into the speaker in this Fender, which is it's a vintage Jensen speaker, 12-inch. So here's the guitar. Here's like a power chord. Good. If you're testing a guitar, just give it a A5, and that's not distorted, kind of clean, dry. Not a horrible sound, but not overly exciting or rock and roll. Nice and clean, kind of tight and scratchy. So, volume is up to 4. I'm going to crank it up a little bit and turn down the attenuator. So, you hear a little bit of overdrive. That's about 7. Let's crank it up some more. This actually goes to 12. I'm going to max it out. So I'll turn the volume down on the attenuator. Actually has a couple of switches like pentode, triode, and stock. So I'm going to try to find a hotter setting. If I roll the tone down, it will get a darker sound. Crank up the attenuator a little bit so we can get a little more volume. So you can get a huge variety of sound with just your volume and tone controls. You can clean it up just by bringing your volume down. And roll it back down. So I just wanted to show you how cool a hand-wired champ can be, a tube amp. You can get some kind of metal type tones. A Telecaster is a pretty versatile instrument, and that was mostly the bridge pickup. I didn't even get into the neck, but just a simple vintage style tube amp. If you're recording, it can sound like a giant Marshall stack. It can sound pretty huge and buzzy and angry and full and wonderful. But, you know, it's kind of fun to try different amps. So that's just one of many amps available, of course. I was testing the Gibson Gold Tone GA30 I got to ship out. It's a monstrous amp. I was testing it yesterday and was blown away by that. It's modern, full-on distortion. It just sounds like a giant brick wall coming down on your head. It's just amazing, huge sound. But these little tiny amps are really cool too. So I'm just kind of an amp freak. So I thought I'd make a little video showing you what I got going here in my lesson studio. So the kids come in for their lesson and I'm like, that's what I'm playing through. What are you going to play through? It's kind of over the top. My wife is really bummed out about so many amps sitting there. She's like, what are we going to do about that? I'm like, I don't know. What are we going to do? We're going to rock. But she's very awesome, and she lets me get away with having these hideous appliances in the house. So I'm pretty lucky there. Well, if you ever want to build a champ or something, let me know. I can get my guys to build you one, or kind of show you how we did it, or let you know. I don't know anything about building them, but I know people that do. So if you're interested, we could get you a champ. All right. Adios, amigos.